Have you ever met someone who seems to have it all figured out? The kind of person whose life looks like a perfectly curated series of achievements, relationships, and enviable moments. The one whose story is so smooth, so times linear times it feels less like a life and more like a well-produced documentary. We call them the blueprint people. They follow the script. They hit every mark. College, career, marriage, maybe even the first kid, all according to plan, and all seemingly without the existential detours the rest of us drown in. From the outside, it looks like mastery, like they cracked the code on adulthood while the rest of us are still fumbling with the instruction manual. But what if that blueprint wasn't a map to success? What if it was a cage? This isn't a story about failure. It's a story about a different kind of prison, one built not from lack of opportunity, but from a paralyzing fear of deviation. The blueprint person isn't living their life. They are times performing times a life assembled from borrowed expectations, societal checkpoints, and a deep unspoken terror of the question, what if I want something else? Their anxiety isn't about falling behind. It's about the terrifying freedom of stepping off the track. Let's begin. Meet Alex. By every measurable metric, Alex is winning. A senior analyst at a respected firm by 30. A mortgage on a tasteful condo. A partner, Sam, who is kind, stable, and equally committed to the shared vision of their future. Their Instagram is a study in subdued success hikes at golden hour artisanal coffee, a bookshelf arranged by colour. But Alex lives with a quiet, constant static in the chest, a low-grade hum of unease that plays under every accomplishment. It's not imposter syndrome. Alex knows the work is good. It's something else. It's the feeling of being a tenant in your own existence, watching yourself perfectly operate a system you no longer remember choosing. The blueprint was inherited. A fusion of a father's quiet disappointment with his own unpractical dreams and a mother's anxious refrain. Security is love, Alex. Don't make life hard for yourself. Love then became synonymous with predictability. Desire became a threat to stability. So Alex became a master of emotional gaslighting directed inward. The flutter of boredom during another strategic planning meeting, you're ungrateful. A pang of envy watching a friend quit to start a pottery studio, that's irresponsible fantasy. The blueprint doesn't just guide actions, it polices thoughts. It installs a internal Karen, a shrill, relentless authority figure who critiques every spontaneous urge, every flicker of what if, labeling it all as childish rebellion. The conflict isn't with the world, it's with the self. It's a civil war where one side has all the approved vocabulary, mature, responsible, secure, and the other side can only speak in whispers of feeling a heaviness here, a tightness there, a longing with no name. Alex mistakes this internal conflict for a personal flaw, a failure to be properly happy. The solution then must be to try harder at the blueprint. Plan a more elaborate vacation, set a new fitness goal, move the relationship forward with a timeline for engagement. The performance must become more convincing, even especially to the performer, because here is the brutal unspoken truth of the blueprint life. It is a preemptive strike against disappointment. If you never deviate from the plan, you can never be blindsided by a failure you chose. If you never truly want something for yourself, you can never truly lose it. The emptiness Alex feels isn't a lack of achievement. It's the absence of time's desire. It's the cost of trading your own messy, unpredictable wants for a clean, predictable, and deeply impersonal safety. The nervous system of a blueprint person isn't calibrated for joy, it's calibrated for threat assessment. Every decision is run through a filter of potential risk, social judgment, and familial approval. Spontaneity isn't freedom, it's a system error. That tightness in the chest, that's not anxiety about the future. It's the somatic echo of a self folded and stored away, pressing against the seams of a life that is 2 sizes too small. And so Alex moves forward, successful and hollow, mistaking the quiet for peace and the numbness for contentment. The blueprint is followed, not lived. And the most dangerous part, it's working perfectly, until it isn't. Plot twist, The catalyst isn't a dramatic loss, it's a trivial, almost absurd moment of clarity. For Alex, it happens on a Tuesday. Sam, the stable, perfect on paper partner, suggests looking at rings. And as Sam talks excitedly about cut and clarity, all Alex can hear is the deafening metallic shriek of a timeline locking into place. It's not about Sam. Sam is wonderful. It's about the script. The next line has been delivered. and Alex's entire being recoils not in fear of commitment, but in terror of reciting another line that isn't theirs. In that moment, Alex doesn't see a future. Alex sees a prophecy a life fully written, stretching out to the horizon, impeccably styled and utterly soul-crushingly known. The breakdown of a blueprint person never looks like a collapse. It looks like stillness. It is the system finally quietly refusing the next command. End of part 1. Part 2. The stillness. The stillness is not peaceful. It is a silent alarm. For days, Alex moves through the world like a ghost in a perfectly furnished house. The morning routine is executed. The work emails are answered with their usual polite efficiency. The conversations with Sam are gentle, careful, but inside a single deafening question has short-circuited the entire operating system times. Is this all there is? This is the moment outsiders never see. The crisis point for a blueprint person isn't a dramatic affair. There are no slammed doors, no tearful confessions. There is only a profound and terrifying stall. The engine of perpetual motion, fueled by obligation and external validation, has simply shut off. The brain, trained for decades in threat assessment, now turns its analytical power inward, and it finds a void. It scans for a genuine desire, a raw, unprompted want times, and returns only static. The playlist of a life curated for a hypothetical audience goes silent. This is where the old psychology would label it depression, a lack of motivation, burnout. But it's something else. It's withdrawal. Think of it as a psychic detox. For years, Alex's emotional responses were outsourced. Joy was measured by a checklist of achievements. Security was defined by the absence of deviation. Love was a function of compatibility metrics. Now the external feed has been muted. The internal sensors, long dormant, are booting up for the first time, and their readings are chaotic, confusing, faint. That tightness in the chest isn't anxiety about the future anymore. It's the ache of atrophied desire. It's the feeling of a muscle never used, trying to remember its purpose. Sam notices the quiet. "Are you okay?" they ask, their voice laced with a concern that feels to Alex like another item on a checklist of correct partner behavior. Check express empathy. Alex offers the blueprint response. Just tired. Big project at work, but the lie tastes like dust. The blueprint person in the stillness becomes an archaeologist of their own life. They begin to excavate not for trauma but for clues. They sift through memories not of pain but of neutrality. They remember choosing the safer university major, not because they hated the other but because the passion for it didn't feel like a times sufficient reason to choose it. They recall ending hobbies when they ceased to be productive or impressive on a superficial level. They think of friendships that faded not from conflict but from a slow, quiet failure to invest anything real, anything risky, anything that wasn't already pre-approved by the life script. Each memory is a fossil of a self that was politely declined. This is the core of the plot twist. The villain was never a person, not a parent, not a partner, not a society. The villain was a protocol, a deeply internalized invisible protocol for avoiding the existential threat of personal want. Wanting something fiercely, messily, and for yourself alone was the ultimate vulnerability. It was a target for disappointment, a source of friction, a deviation from the clean lines of the plan. So the protocol solved it. It gently, systematically dissolved the wanting self. And here is the painful, liberating truth that begins to pulse in the stillness. You cannot grieve a self you never met. The sadness Alex feels isn't for a lost identity. It's for the potential energy of it converted over a lifetime into the kinetic energy of motion without direction. It's the grief for the questions never asked, the doors never opened, the loves never fallen into recklessly. The breakdown is in fact a reboot. The system isn't failing. It's scanning for new directives. And for the first time, there is no preloaded software, no parental override, no societal user manual. There is only the quiet, terrifying, and fundamentally alive prompt. A blinking cursor in a dark room. Sam suggests couples therapy. Alex agrees it's the logical, responsible next step. But in the therapist's office, as they talk about communication styles and shared goals, Alex has another quiet, seismic realization. They are not afraid of losing Sam. They are afraid of finding themselves within the confines of yet another collaboratively built, perfectly rational blueprint. The work isn't to fix the relationship. The work, the terrifying and essential work, is to discover if there is a self in here that times wants times a relationship at all. Not the right one, not the safe one, but a real one. This is the cruelty and the necessity of the stillness. It forces the blueprint person to stand empty-handed before the one question they've spent a lifetime architecting their life to avoid. Asterisk. What do I want? Asterisk. And the first honest answer is the most frightening of all. Asterisk, I don't know. Asterisk. Asterisk, asterisk, end of part 2. Asterisk, asterisk. Part 3. The blueprint cracks. For the blueprint person, the moment of, I don't know, isn't a failure of intelligence. It's a system collapse. Their entire life has been a masterclass in predictive analytics. You input data, grades, job offers, societal expectations, run the approved algorithms, be responsible, be logical, optimize for stability, and generate a flawless, defensible life path. Wanting was just messy, unformatted data, a glitch to be smoothed over, a variable to be controlled. So when the silence comes, and the old algorithms return only, error, directive not found, the foundation doesn't just shake, it vaporizes. This is where the outside world, the world of Sams and colleagues and parents, usually diagnoses the problem. They see the stillness, the indecision, the quiet withdrawal from the previously agreed upon script. They call it a asterisk asterisk crisis asterisk asterisk. They call it asterisk asterisk cold feet asterisk asterisk. They call it asterisk asterisk self-sabotage asterisk asterisk. And in a way they're right. It is sabotage. But it's not of the self. It's the sabotage of a asterisk asterisk proxy asterisk asterisk, the carefully constructed high-functioning automaton that had been running on borrowed desires for decades. The real self, the one buried under layers of procedural logic, isn't sabotaging anything. It's finally desperately sending a distress signal from underneath the wreckage. Watch a blueprint person in this phase. They'll sit across from their partner in a nice restaurant, nodding at the right times, discussing vacation plans that sound perfect on paper. But their eyes have a distant, hollow quality. They are not present. They are asterisk, asterisk, debugging, asterisk, asterisk. They are running a frantic internal scan times. Is this feeling mine, or is it the one I'm supposed to have? Is this my dream, or a beautifully illustrated page from the manual asterisk? Every question, every choice becomes a psychological crime scene. They are no longer living their life. They are conducting a forensic audit of it, searching for a single fingerprint of authentic, unscripted desire. And this is the plot twist, the one that changes everything. Asterisk, asterisk, the relationship isn't the problem. The relationship is the most recent, most visible symptom. Asterisk, asterisk. The problem is the asterisk, asterisk psychological architecture, asterisk, asterisk itself. The problem is a life built on a foundation of should instead of want. The partner, the job, the life, they are not prisons. They are beautifully appointed rooms in a house the blueprint person never chose to build on a plot of land they never wanted. So when Alex finally speaks the truth in therapy, it doesn't sound like anger. It sounds like archaeology. It's not that I don't love you, Sam. It's that I can't find myself inside the love we built. I followed the instructions for successful partnership so precisely I can't tell where the manual ends and I begin. This is the brutal awakening. The breakdown of the blueprint forces a terrifying fundamental question times. If I am not the sum of these optimized choices, then who am I when the choosing is mine alone? Asterisk. The grief that follows isn't for Sam. It's for the years spent believing that safety was the same thing as aliveness. It's for the profound, aching realization that you can be perfectly on time for a life that never belonged to you. And here is the pivot, the moment the reboot sequence initiates true change. The blueprint person stops trying to asterisk, asterisk, fix, asterisk, asterisk the old model. They stop trying to paste new feelings onto the old framework. Instead, they do the one thing their entire operating system was designed to prevent. They asterisk, asterisk, sit in the void, asterisk, asterisk. They let the, I don't know, be the final honest answer. They accept that the next step isn't in the plan because for the first time, there is no plan. There is only the raw, unformatted potential of a self that has been waiting silently for permission to exist. The cursor blinks, the room is dark, and the first true command they learn to type is not a goal, it is a question, is greater than who am I here? Asterisk, asterisk, end of part 3, asterisk, asterisk. And then the plot twist. It arrives not with a bang, but with a quiet seismic click in the mind. The kind of sound you feel in your bones before you hear it. The relationship isn't the problem. The job isn't the problem. The suffocating, polished life isn't the problem. They are merely the most recent, most visible symptoms. The final desperate flares sent up by a psyche that has run out of compliant territory to sacrifice. The real problem is the asterisk psychological architecture, asterisk. The problem is a life constructed entirely on a foundation of should. A fortress built to other people's blueprints on a plot of land you never wanted, decorated with tastes you were told to acquire. Your partner, your career, your very identity, they are not prisons. They are beautifully appointed, impeccably maintained rooms in a house you never chose to live in. You followed the instructions so perfectly you forgot you were the one holding the pencil. So when Alex finally speaks the truth in that sterile therapy room, it doesn't sound like blame. It doesn't even sound like sadness. It sounds like archaeology. It's not that I don't love you, Sam, Alex says the words, unearthed from a deep, untouched layer. It's that I can't find myself inside the love we built. I performed happiness so well I lost the script for real. This is the brutal, silent detonation. The blueprint disintegrates, and in its place is a terrifying, fundamental question. Asterisk. If I'm not the sum of these optimized, approved choices, then who am I when the choosing is mine alone? Asterisk. The grief that floods in isn't for the partner. It's for the years spent believing that safety was the same thing as aliveness. It's for the profound, aching realization that you can be perfectly on time for a life that never ever belonged to you. You weren't lost. You were buried under the masterpiece you were told to build. And here is the pivot. The moment the system reboots, the blueprint person stops trying to asterisk fix the old model. They stop trying to paste new feelings onto the crumbling framework of should. Instead, they do the one thing their entire operating system was designed to prevent. They asterisk sit in the void asterisk. They let the I don't know be the final honest answer. They accept that the next step isn't in the plan, because for the first time there, times is times, no plan. There is only the raw, unformatted potential of a self that has been waiting silently for permission to exist. The cursor blinks on a blank screen. The room is dark and quiet, and the first true command they learn to type is not a goal, it is a question, is greater than, who am I here? And this is where the real work begins. Not in the leaving, but in the terrifying empty space that comes after. Because the blueprint wasn't just a set of instructions. It was an entire operating system. It was the code running in the background, filtering every impulse, vetting every desire against a single silent question times. Is this optimal asterisk? So when Alex walks out of that therapy room, they don't walk into freedom. They walk into a form of psychological silence so profound it feels like sensory deprivation. The external noise, the expectations, the schedules, the reassuring weight of a future already decided it's gone. And what's left is not clarity but a low-grade panic. The system is searching for a file that no longer exists. Error life goal. O's not found. For weeks, maybe months, they move through the world like a ghost in their own life. They perform the routines, make coffee, go to work, smile at neighbours, but it's all muscle memory. The soul has logged out. This isn't depression in the classic sense. It's asterisk withdrawal asterisk. They are detoxing from a lifetime of external validation. Every instinct screams to find a new blueprint. A new partner, a hotter career, a more extreme version of the old life, to prove the system still works. The mind, desperate for the familiar dopamine hit of a good choice, will offer up 100 new plans. Asterisk. Move to Bali. Go back to school. Build a tiny house. Asterisk. But this time Alex doesn't click download. This time, they let the proposal sit. They let the anxiety of times not choosing times rise up crest and slowly dissipate. They discover a strange new metric. Instead of times, does this get me ahead, times they learn to ask a much quieter, more subversive question times. Does this feel like me? Asterisk. And at first the answer is almost always, times I have no idea. Asterisk. That no idea space is the most critical and the most misunderstood phase of the entire transformation. Our culture pathologizes it, calls it a breakdown, a quarter-life crisis, a failure to launch. But it's not a breakdown. It's a asterisk recalibration asterisk. It's the nervous system for the first time since childhood, powering down the external antennae and slowly, clumsily turning the receiver inward. The static of should begins to fade, and underneath, faint at first, are the native signals. A sudden, unbidden memory of painting as a child lost in the smell of the clay, a craving for a food they'd never order on a date, a wave of exhaustion at 8 p.m. that says times go to sleep, times not, times power through asterisk. These are not grand passions or life purposes. They are asterisk asterisk psychic breadcrumbs, asterisk asterisk. They are the scattered, neglected pieces of a self that was never consulted. Alex starts to follow them. Not to build a new monument, but simply to see where they lead. They take a pottery class. They eat cereal for dinner. They spend a whole Saturday reading in a park with no goal, no podcast, no optimized wellness. It feels trivial. It feels wasteful. It is in fact an act of profound rebellion. It is the rewiring of joy itself, from a reward for achievement to a baseline state of being. The old blueprint measured life in milestones crossed. This new emerging sense measures it in moments, asterisk, asterisk, felt, asterisk, asterisk. The weight of a mug in your hands, the sound of rain when you have nowhere to be, the liberating, unsettling truth that no one is watching, no one is grading, no one cares if you are happy or not. You are finally, terrifyingly, the only one in the room. And this is where the plot twist lands. Not as an external event, but as an internal earthquake. Alex realizes the person they've been grieving, the perfect self that lived in the blueprint, was never real. That self was a hologram, a sophisticated avatar, created to navigate a world of other people's rules. The tragedy wasn't the loss of that avatar. The tragedy was believing it was ever alive in the first place. The real betrayal wasn't Sam's or the parents or the culture's. It was their own, a lifetime of agreeing to call the hologram me. The moment of true separation isn't signing the divorce papers. It's looking in the mirror one ordinary morning and seeing not a failure of the plan but a stranger who survived it, and feeling for the first time a flicker of curiosity instead of judgment. Asterisk, hello, who are you, asterisk? The rebuild doesn't start with a vision board. It starts with that question asked with genuine, gentle curiosity. The answer doesn't come in a manifesto. It comes in whispers. Asterisk, I like quiet mornings. Asterisk, asterisk, I'm afraid of deep water. Asterisk, asterisk, I value kindness over cleverness. Asterisk, asterisk, I am tired. Asterisk, piece by unglamorous piece a new foundation is laid, not on the bedrock of potential, but on the softer, more resilient ground of observed truth. This identity is not built to impress. It is built to asterisk, asterisk, contain asterisk, asterisk, to hold the full, contradictory, messy human that was always there buried under the perfect life. The blueprint person doesn't find themselves. They asterisk, asterisk, meet asterisk, asterisk themselves. And they make a simple revolutionary pact with this long-lost stranger times. I will no longer abandon you for a better story. Asterisk. So when people look at Alex now, they might see someone with less, a smaller home, a quieter job, a blank relationship status. They might whisper about potential wasted. But Alex is living a secret they can't see. They are living inside their own skin for the first time. The anxiety that once felt like a motor constantly running has downshifted to a hum. The grief has softened into a kind of clarity, a gratitude for the escape, not a rage at the captivity. They are not healed. They are asterisk, asterisk, authentic, asterisk, asterisk. And there is a world of difference. Healing implies a return to a previous unbroken state. But there was no unbroken state. There was only the performance. Authenticity is the courage to live in the broken, beautiful, unfinished reality of who you actually are. To let the blueprint stay crumpled in the corner, not as a monument to failure, but as a map of the territory you finally escaped. You are not behind. You are not lost. You are asterisk, asterisk, disentangled, asterisk, asterisk. And the life that begins now isn't a better version of the old one. It's a different category of experience altogether. It's not about building a monument. It's about learning to inhabit a room, your own room, and finding that the walls, once you stopped leaning on them, were never what was holding you up. The strength was in the space between them all along.